Welcome everyone, I'm Shivani Gupta. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Literally everyone has had enough of the so-called farmers' agitation. There is very little pan-India farmers support. Sympathy maybe, but no public support on the blockades from the public. And now even the Supreme Court is losing its patience. In the last 2 days, the Supreme Court has pulled up the agitators on the manner in which the protests have become a headache for ordinary citizens. The biggest sufferers, remember, are people in and around the Delhi NCR region, where several border points remain permanently blocked with large-scale build-up of shanties and even semi-pakka construction blocking key routes. The Supreme Court made some more scathing observations about the farm law blockades that have brought the capital to a grinding halt. This was in reply to the Kisan Mahapanchayat asking for permission to stage a satyagrah at Jantar Mantar now. The court did not reply to this request kindly. First up, here's what the court said. You strangulated the city. Now you want to come inside and protest. Matter is sub judice. Why don't you have faith in the court? Why protest when you have moved court? You block trains, then you say that we are peacefully protesting. Citizens have also a right to move freely without fear. Properties are being damaged. Do you take permission? These are just some of the scathing observations that have come in twice in 2 days now. But here's the response from the farm leaders.
ये कहा गया है सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा कि किसान अनिश्चित काल के लिए किसी धरने को हाईवे पर नहीं कर सकते हैं। इस पर बात करने के लिए राकेश टिकैत की क्या प्रतिक्रिया सर? ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा कहा गया है कल।
उनको जवाब दे देंगे। हम क्या धरने पे बैठे, पुलिस ने रोक रखा रास्ता, हमें तो अंदर जाने दो।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एक याचिका लगाई गई है कि यहाँ पर खासतौर से यूपी गेट को लेकर याचिका लगाई गई है कि प्रदर्शनकारियों की वजह से हाईवे जाम है और हाईवे के हिस्सों में काफी लंबा।
हमने तो नहीं जाम कर रखा।
आप लोग तो बैठे हुए हैं।
अरे हम तो आगे जाओ भाई, हमारा रास्ता रोक रखा। किसने लगा रखा है वो देखो, बैरिकेटिंग किसने लगाई? हम हाईवे पे कोई तो जा रहे दिल्ली, हमको दिल्ली जाने दो। जिसने हमारे कानून बनाए हम तो वहाँ जाना चाहो। और हम दिल्ली में वहाँ पार्लियामेंट के वहाँ पे जहाँ 35 साल पहले आए थे इंडिया गेट के, उसके आसपास हम बैठ जाएंगे ना किसी का हाईवे जाम हो। वहीं सरकार रहती है नज़दीक और वहीं हम चले जाएंगे। अभी 25 किलोमीटर दूर है और नज़दीक चले जाएंगे।
With all due respect to the Honorable Supreme Court, the farmers are not blocking the city of Delhi. They were willing to come and talk to the government of the day. I want to place 2 facts on record here. The farmers have been forced to sit on the borders of Delhi because the union government, led by Mr. Modi and Amit Shah, and the Khattar government in Haryana, dug up roads and national highways, which is a legal offense under the law of the land. The farmers are forced to sit outside Delhi and protest because the government of the day has refused to have conversations with them.
Before we come to the politics of it and the obfuscation by the farmer leaders on every issue concerning the farm's protest, is the Apex Court also blameless in this? Did they not embolden such protests on many occasions, and specifically the farm agitation too? Look at the court's intervention so far. First, on December 16, 2020, it said it may constitute a panel with government and farmer unions to resolve this issue. On Jan 7, 2021, the Supreme Court agreed to hear petitions challenging the new laws and those against the protests. Few days later, it wrapped the centre for its handling of the farmers' protests. Now, does it have a better way to deal with this? Also in January, the court stayed the implementation of the 3 farm laws. Did it not completely overtake the domain of the legislature then? It also set up a 4-member committee to make recommendations. Protesting farm unions, in fact, expressed unhappiness with this committee. On Jan 19, 2021, the Supreme Court panel on the farm laws held its first meet, invited the farmers for talks. But remember, the farm unions refused to be part of these negotiations. They don't care 2 hoots. And that committee's report is still lying in a sealed cover. If the court wants to solve this issue, why has that report not been deliberated upon? And why was that report sought in the first place? Let me go across to our guest joining us. The big issue we're discussing today, of course, is even as the SC is fuming over the farm law stir and the manner it is being perpetuated, will the protesters listen? Charu Pragya, national spokesperson of the BJP with us, Yashovardhan Azad, former IPS, Tushar Gupta, senior editor, Swarajya magazine, and Dushyant Nagar, convener of the Kisan Sangharsh Samiti, will be with us in just a bit. Let me go across to Tushar first up. Is the Supreme Court blameless in this, as I ask? Who emboldened this kind of a protest?
Thanks, Shivani, for having me. Absolutely not. The Supreme Court is absolutely not blameless in this. And you played a recording where one of the speakers said that the farmers have been forced to protest at Singhu or wherever. Have we forgotten that in November 2020, the Delhi police actually offered the Sant Nirankari ground in North Delhi to the farmers, which the farmers refused. They said, either we protest outside the parliament, which Rakesh Tikait just said now, or we protest on this highway. So it's not like the farmers have been forced to sit on the highway. Secondly, Supreme Court, before 26 January, the tractor rally, the centre had reached out to the Supreme Court requesting them to file an injunction against the tractor rally. The Supreme Court said, we cannot do anything about it. The Delhi police has to curb the flow of the tractors and all that.
And so we know what happened.
It was very selective in its action back then. When Shaheen Bagh happened, Supreme Court pulled up the centre that how can you allow people to sit on a highway for so long? But a few months later, when 100x the number of people were sitting on a highway that connects Delhi to most parts of Haryana, to Punjab, to Himachal Pradesh, to Ladakh, to Jammu and Kashmir, to Chandigarh, they said, oh, let's form a committee to debate the farm laws. Why should the Supreme Court be debating the farm laws? Does the Supreme Court realize that the 3 farm laws are applicable in the same form in 20 different states, starting with Punjab? Do people know that Punjab has a privatization law for agriculture back from 2013? The Supreme Court didn't remember it back then. But now today, after encouraging the protest, after stalling the farm laws, after forming a committee to engage with the farmers who are not even breaking laws, but causing tremendous economic damage to the industries in the Singhu area, in the Ghazipur area, Tikri area, after the vandalizing of 26 January, suddenly they wake up and say, oh, but you cannot occupy a highway illegally for this long. Who encouraged them in the first place?
Yes.
Who was the one who was unwilling to take any action beforehand on the tractor rally? Who was the one who went for stalling the 3 farm laws, even when the laws are in place in different states already? Who was that? It was the Supreme Court. Today, they are not blameless. In fact, they are the ones who have flamed this fire. The centre has been struggling to knock sense into them. But today, they cannot just wake up and say, oh, you cannot occupy an highway illegally. This also is a result of their inaction. Their selective action and their selective amnesia.
Yeah, I think the courts also need to understand either they do what sounds right or they follow the law as it is and make everyone follow it. There can't be sympathies involved here. But I'll come to that point in just a bit. Dushyant Nagar is with us. Dushyant, don't you think it is time that the farming, the agitating unions must pay heed to what the Supreme Court has said?
देखिए, जब तक किसानों के मूल मुद्दों को आप एड्रेस नहीं करें, ये एजिटेशन कैसे खत्म?
हाँ, एक बात से हम सहमत हैं। हमारे नेता ने कहा है, राकेश टिकैत जी ने, रामलीला मैदान, जंतर मंतर, आप हमें वैकल्पिक स्थान प्रोवाइड करा दीजिए, हम सब लोग वहाँ अपना धरना करने के लिए तैयार।
बट एक वैकल्पिक स्थान तो आपको दिया गया था, निरंकारी ग्राउंड की बात हुई थी, दिल्ली पुलिस ने ऑफर किया था, उसको क्यों मना कर दिया?
देखिए, उस पे भी स्थिति स्पष्ट नहीं थी, वो बातों की थी। रामलीला मैदान में अनुमति मांगी गई है, वो सरकार के पास विचाराधीन है, सरकार उस पर अपनी स्थिति स्पष्ट करे।
राकेश टिकैत तो जब बोल रहे हैं, हमने उनकी बाइट चलाई है, आप जब जुड़े उससे पहले, वो तो कह रहे हैं कि हम इंडिया गेट जाके करेंगे धरना।
बिल्कुल, इंडिया गेट पे आप अनुमति दे सकते हैं, आप जंतर मंतर पे दे सकते हैं।
नहीं, इंडिया गेट और जंतर मंतर अलग अलग है ना दुष्यंत, आप भी जानते हैं, दिल्ली लुटेंस दिल्ली तो
जंतर मंतर पे दीजिए आप हमें।
तो जंतर मंतर की तो वो मांग नहीं रहे हैं ना, जंतर मंतर की परमिशन जो मांग रहे हैं वो किसान महापंचायत गई है कोर्ट में, उन्होंने तो कोर्ट में कह दिया कि हम इनसे अलग हैं, ये राकेश टिकैत वगैरह से, आपके जो चीफ हैं, आप कह रहे हैं हमको जंतर मंतर में बैठने दीजिए, वो तो गए हैं कोर्ट में कह रहे हैं कि हमारा इनसे कोई लेना देना नहीं है जो हाईवे में बैठे हुए हैं।
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने, बहुत सारे संगठन हैं जो सरकार के समर्थन में हैं, उन्होंने मांगा है, उनके लिए
नहीं, वो भी प्रोटेस्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, वो भी प्रोटेस्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, वो गए हैं कोर्ट पे जंतर मंतर की परमिशन के लिए।
बिल्कुल, देखिए यही तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का माया जाल है।
अच्छा,
उनके पिटिशनर, उनका न्यायालय, उनका ही सब कुछ उन्हीं के हाथ अकॉर्डिंग चल रहा है।
1 second चारू, आई स्टिल वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम दुष्यंत कि आपको एजिटेशन बंद करने के लिए कोई नहीं कह रहा, लेकिन कोर्ट ये कह रहा है कि इस तरह से हाईवे ब्लॉक होकर एजिटेशन करना ये सही नहीं है।
देखिए मैडम, मैं एक सवाल आपके माध्यम से चारू जी से पूछना चाहता हूँ। कपास की एमएसपी 5700 रुपए है और 2500 रुपए में मध्य प्रदेश की किसान की कपास।
नहीं दुष्यंत, मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए। आप चारू से एमएसपी पे बात पे पूछ लेना, आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो कहा है वो कह रहे हैं कि
कारण एजुकेशन का यही है।
मूल कारण समझ में आ रहा है, लेकिन तरीका नहीं समझ में आ रहा है ना। कारण और तरीके में फर्क होता है। कारण कोई भी हो,
जंतर मंतर पे, पार्लियामेंट के नजदीक है जंतर मंतर, सभी लुटियन जोन में वहां भाजपा के नेता मंत्री रहते हैं, हम उनसे वार्ता करते रहेंगे, अच्छा है, समाधान जल्दी निकलेगा।
तो जाइए कोर्ट में, आप भी बोल दीजिए बीकेयू के पक्ष में कि हम भी जंतर मंतर जाना चाहते हैं, हम उठा देंगे सारी शांतिज यहाँ से।
ऐसे कैसे चलेगा? हर चीज के लिए कोर्ट जाएंगे? सरकार किस लिए चुनी है हमने? चारुची की वोट क्यों दिया हमने?
Shivani, 1 second. Shivani,
Okay, both of our other guests want to come in. Charu, before I come to you, Tushar.
गोल तरीके से घुमाया
Shivani,
जा रहा
1 second.
है।
Shivani, 1
के
second.
माध्यम से, कभी किसी
तुषार,
माध्यम
go
से।
ahead.
Shivani,
Go ahead, Tushar.
Shivani,
भारत का किसान,
Shivani, for a second. Sir, please, Dushyant ji रुकिए. Dushyant ji रुकिए.
किसी के किसान,
Dushyant, I will come back to you. No need to go on speaking like this. Dushyant, I will come back to you. Dushyant, I will come back to you. Otherwise, I will have to mute you.
ये नहीं चलेगा।
Shivani, please mute this. Please this mute.
आपका शो है, आपका चैनल है।
आपके पास मैं
शिवानी,
दोबारा
please, 1
आऊंगी
second.
दुष्यंत, आप डिबेट को डिसरप्ट मत करिए। तुषार,
Shivani, one thing I need to clear through your channel, through your show, these people have taken the country for a ride with this MSP thing. They are making people believe that everything that grows under the sun in India comes under MSP. If you pick up the agricultural produce in terms of its value in 2018, 2019, do you know only 6% of it comes under MSP? Of the 22 crops that are covered under the MSP, only 3, mainly 3, wheat, paddy and cotton, are significantly procured at MSP. Your livestock doesn't come under MSP. Your fruits and vegetables don't come under MSP. Your dairy farmers don't come under MSP. Who are they to represent the entire farmer fraternity of India? These people have been taking the people of India for a ride. The people who are not willing to read up that MSP is not for everything that grows under the sun. It's for mere 6% of agriculture produce. And even in that 6%, it's not like 100% of wheat is procured on MSP. 100% paddy is not procured on MSP. 100% cotton is not procured on MSP. Just 30% of wheat that grows entirely in India is procured on MSP. So these people who have been occupying the highways, lying on every news show, every news channel, they need to stop taking people for a ride. And I wanted to make this MSP
okay, I get your point, but please let me come in here. Let me come in here. I am not debating the merits of the farm laws right now. दुष्यंत जी, प्लीज मेरी बात समझिए। आपके जो मुद्दे हैं उस पे मैं बहस आज नहीं कर रही हूं। मैं ये आपसे पूछ रही हूं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो कहा है उनकी भी थोड़ी मान्यता रखे, आप अपना भी थोड़ा सा सुझाव रखिए और इसको निपटाइए। एजिटेशन और मूवमेंट आपका बंद करने के लिए कोई नहीं कह रहा है।
हम हाईवे खाली करने के लिए तैयार हैं, अभी तैयार हैं, इसी वक्त तैयार हैं। राकेश टिकैत जी ने कहा
नहीं, उन्होंने नहीं कहा है,
से बाहर
उन्होंने नहीं कहा है। उन्होंने कहा है कि हमको जाने दो दिल्ली, हम इंडिया गेट पे बैठ के करेंगे धरना, फिर आप 200 ट्रैक्टर लेके आ जाओगे जैसे जनवरी 26 को आए थे, 2 लाख लोग लेके आ जाओगे। ऐसे नहीं होता प्रोटेस्ट।
देखिए, आपको भरोसा करना चाहिए, किसान आपके भाई हैं, इस देश के नागरिक हैं।
मैं आपसे कह रही हूँ दुष्यंत जी, किसान हमारे भाई हैं और हम उनको माता पिता के हिसाब से मानते हैं, लेकिन उनकी जो गुडविल है उसके नाम पे पॉलिटिक्स और ये डिसरप्शन मत करिए। किसान का नाम यूज करके जो गुडविल है आप उसे बर्बाद कर रहे हैं, मत करिए। लेट मी गो क्रॉस टू चारू। चारू, योर ओपनिंग कमेंट्स प्लीज।
Shivani, thank you. See, one thing has been very obvious in the last several months. The farmers' protest has become something else entirely. It has become a protest of middlemen. It has become a protest of aspiring political leaders. It has become a protest of people who only want to look at their own selfish interests and not the interests of the farmers at large in the country.
Okay, but speak on the subject. I am not going into the debate that has already happened. We've heard this before. What is the responsibility of the government in this case, Charu? You don't want to touch this because this is politically volatile for you. But you have a responsibility to those who are suffering because of these unjust protests.
And I have been saying this since the very beginning. A handful of people have got no rights to hold the entire country to ransom.
So what's the Delhi police doing? What's the Haryana police doing?
Someone has some rights. You cannot encroach upon the rights
of
others.
So what are the police under your regime doing?
Shivani, I'll appreciate it if you let me finish my opening dialogues in totality and then you can ask me questions. In the beginning, Haryana government, Delhi government, police has all offered alternate locations for these protests. Not just that, Haryana government offered to get COVID testing done because when these protests started, COVID was rampant. You know what these so-called farm leaders have said? We are not going to move from here to another ground. We are not going to get tested for COVID. And you know why that was the case? The case was because they did not want their reality, their truth to come out in front of the public eye. Rapes have happened under the guise of this protest. We all know that one girl lost her dignity and her life both in these camps. Supreme Court, not just this time, even at the time of Shaheen Bagh, has been very clear in saying that these protests cannot happen on
But
the
what
roads.
about the government, Charu? Now you come to that question.
But because sometimes the government is trying to ensure that there is not this whole big hue and cry which goes in the opposite direction, like on the 26th of Jan, the government very openly, clearly and politely asked the farmers to hold their tractor rally either one day before or one day after, or to use another route in Uttar Pradesh or Haryana. The farmers have been adamant, the farmers have been not listening to any kind of reason, and that too when all their demands have been met by the government.
But my
The
question
laws
is
have
still
been
central.
suspended for
I
2
live
years.
in Delhi and NCR. I have been stuck because of these protests and these long lanes of highways and arterial routes where people are not there. Farmers are not there, but their shanties are there. And we have to take alternate routes, 2-3 hours extra time. We, suffer because of that extra route. We have to go through these narrow lanes which go through these villages which are around the highway areas. There are not even pakka roads there. Think about the pain of those villagers. जिनके घर के सामने से गाड़ियां रोज गुजरती हैं, वहां गाड़ियों की जगह भी नहीं है, वहां ट्रैफिक जैम हो जाता है और उनको इस जैम की वजह से तकलीफ होती है. जो आने जाने वाले लोग हैं वो तो है ही. तो किसको फायदा हो रहा है इससे? सिर्फ राकेश टिकैत जैसे लोगों से कोई हो रहा है. लेट मी प्ले आउट दीज रिस्पॉन्सेज कमिंग इन. अराउंड 20 villages residents, they met Haryana Chief Minister demanding that these roads should be opened.
पिछले 10 महीने से हमारा जीवन तो नरक बन चुका है. मैं ये नहीं समझता कि हम मानव अधिकार भी अपने यूज कर पा रहे. जीवन जीने का अधिकार भी खत्म हो चुका है. हमने महापंचायतें की, मार्च निकाली कि भाई किसी भी प्रकार से कम हमारा क्षेत्र इतना बर्बाद ना हो. हमारे तो खाने के लाले पड़े हुए हैं.
अगर वे असल किसान है तो हमसे पहले रास्ता दे देते. आम किसान को नहीं मार सकता कभी भी. ये किसान के नाम पे जो वहाँ पे गुंडागर्दी हो रही है ना, वो गुंडागर्दी अब हमारा एरिया नहीं सहेगा और इसीलिए आज हम सीएम के पास आए हैं.
ये हमें थ्रेटन करते हैं, मारने के लिए, पीटने के लिए, भगाने के लिए. हमारे एरिया में बैठे हैं. 4 तारीख के बाद हम जो है ना, जिस तरह ये ताकत से यहाँ बैठे हैं, हम अपनी ताकत से ही इनको वहाँ से भगाने की कोशिश करेंगे.
Yashovardhan Azad, thanks a lot for your patience. What about these people's rights? Their businesses have completely shut shop, like it happened in the case of Shaheen Bagh. They can't open their shops, they can't get customers, they can't go about freely. Don't they have some rights?
Yes, I've certainly been very, very patient listening to speeches and monologues. So allow me to speak specifically on the point of this particular debate. Number one, it's very sad to see that in a democracy, a mighty state has to beg the farmers to remove their barricades and to stop their agitation. Number two, it's extremely amazing that a situation like this even has to go to the court because it is in the realm of the executive to take action. But the farmers today are only following the rich legacy of agitations in India, where the success is measured by how much you can paralyze a town, barricade the entire city, block trains. And law and order in India in a democracy has a strange kind of a definition that law and order is only related to crime, but law and order is not related to people who just take over the city and block the city. Number two, my next point is that yes, the government does not want to do anything because it's the farmers, it's the votes. But it is not only this government. Any other government would have performed the same, would have hung around and done nothing. Number three, the Supreme Court gave a very, very clear direction. I think it was October 7, 2020, when they talked about Shaheen Bagh and when they were told that there were 3.5 lakh commuters being totally disrupted in their lives and in their communication to get across that particular point, and therefore something should be done. And look at the answer of somebody, a leader like Mr. Tiketh, who's so highly respected. हमने तो कुछ नहीं किया है, वो तो पुलिस बैरिकेड लगाई है. If this is the way we have the kind of response coming from responsible people, then God help us. And as you rightly pointed out, Shivani, on 26 January, when they were given permission, when they were told the limit number of tractors and the number of people, look at the mayhem they created.
Right.
So therefore, this agitation is going directionless, and unless somebody intervenes with force, which they won't, this will carry on like this.
I have to leave it on that note. I have to leave.
1 point.
I have 10 seconds.
Shivani, now that the winters are onsetting, expect more people to reach the borders, because you see what happened when the DC ordered the use of force to get rid of the farmers occupying the highway. An entire lobby was activated against that DC, against the government. So let's also not forget the role of the lobby that is encouraging these protests, the political lobby, starting with the Congress party.
Well, I can only say one thing, that through the day we followed this, and we've also brought in viewers on and all those residents, and you know, everybody's just fed up. And the farmers will actually help themselves, or these protesters will help themselves and their cause by listening to those grievances of the citizens, because they've lost sympathy across the board. Thanks a lot for our guests for joining us. We're getting some breaking news also coming in. Former Congress MLA from Sopore, Rashid Dar, has threatened the Prime Minister. He has said that he will hang Narendra Modi if voted to power. That's the kind of statement that has come in. Easily can be booked, really, because this is inviting certain physical harm to a person. Will hang Prime Minister Modi if voted to power. Tejinder Singh Sodhi, my colleague, is joining us. Tejinder, give us a background of this MLA and you know, why he made such a statement. In what context?
See, Shivani, this MLA is very close to Rahul Gandhi. We have seen whenever Rahul Gandhi used to visit Jammu and Kashmir, this MLA used to rub his shoulders with Rahul Gandhi. This former MLA of the Congress, he has been a Congress MLA from the Sopore constituency, which is in the North Kashmir. Today, he was addressing a public gathering in the Machal area of Kupawara district, wherein he threatened Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He was addressing the people. First, he said that the people there should pray for the Congress party, and he further goes on to say that if we come to power, we will first get Narendra Modi behind bars, and by then we would get him hanged already. This is the exact translation of what he is saying in the Kashmiri language. So clearly it seems that these political leaders of the Congress party, they see Prime Minister Narendra Modi as their impediment, and that is the reason that they are.
Well, that may be so politically, but a Congress party that, you know, rises up in arms if even a word is uttered against any of their leaders, what do they have to say about the language of their own MLA, a former MLA?
See, Shivani, we try to reach out to the senior Congress leaders here in Jammu and Kashmir, but they are tight-lipped. They haven't uttered a single word as of now. But yes, this is going to attract strong reaction from the BJP when they come to know that such a statement has been made against
we'll wait and
Prime
see.
Minister Narendra Modi.
Not the first time that such a statement has been made against the Prime Minister. We will continue to track this and more. Thanks a lot for watching.